Rather join them.
Last time, our characters were continuing to have a fun time at the carnival, but we're quickly learning that there were unseen forces moving behind in the background, seemingly harrying and heckling a lot of the fairgoers and fair workers. The party then worked to collaborate with a few of the workers to try and identify who this heckler and problem maker was, eventually cornering them, the Kenku known as Kettle Steam. Yes. And was able to save not one, but two potential marriages in saving a halfling from a creepy little girl in a mirror with a pig mask, and one of the fair workers, witchlight hands, I should say, by returning them their voice from the aforementioned Kenku. But there wasn't all fun and games, as Gazrak Cool, or Ra to be more specifically, had a vision of the city of Waterdeep and Stillhavity, apparently planning his next stage of whatever his plan is. And also addressed Ra and had a little conversation, and apparently wanted to make a deal of some kind, involving a ring. But that'll be up to Ra and Gaz and Cool on whether or not they follow through on that. But for now, it's time for the Big Top extravaganza. So, Gazrak Cool has gone off with Chelavi to save you some seats in the big house. And the rest of you are currently with Candlefoot, who is being reunited with Paldasha. I think.
Palasha!
Lasha?
Palasha. I was close. Lots of names. But so, what do you do?
Well, it sounded like the big thing was about to happen. We should probably just get on in there.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, that's right. Speaks up Candlefoot. Thank you again, and they will kind of run off. We gotta get ready. Gotta get your fishbowl. We'll see you in the Big Top.
Okay, break a leg.
Thanks. And they run off.
Why would they break legs?
It's a thing you say to people when they're about to perform.
It's like saying good luck.
Oh. Veritas get it.
Yes, because it's bad luck to say good luck.
Yeah, for reasons.
Something about a jinx, I think.
Sounds right. Anyway, you guys can go on ahead. I will be right behind you. Just got one more thing I want to check out, okay?
All right.
Okay. But make sure you make it. I mean, it's going to be a big show.
Don't worry, I won't be long.
All right.
Eve's gonna sidle off towards that goddamn stand with the goddamn mannequin in it.
Okay. And Virgil, are you going with Bosch and Tia? And Veritas?
He'll walk with him for a bit, but then he's gonna stop like halfway. I'll wait here for Eve to get back. Buddy system, after all.
Well, that's smart.
All right.
Alright, let's go, Bosh. Yeah.
right. Eve, as you approach the mannequin, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it! Okay, roll high. Oh, that's... Oh, I re-roll those. Okay, well...
You start giggling to yourself before eventually bursting into a full-on belly laugh, and you fall prone to the ground.
God damn it. Well,
Anything?
Eve will just roll around on the ground for a minute, I guess.
Well, you get to repeat your save at the end of every 6 seconds, so...
Okay, alright!
So I guess roll a few wisdom saving throws.
Okay, great, let's see how this goes.
In the meantime, Virgil, you have a fairly high passive perception. You would notice that she's fallen to the ground bursting with laughter. You're still
Shit.
laughing.
Shit!
Still laughing.
Literally just saying.
Just like that.
All Virgil's thinking is like, okay, she found something funny. All right.
Really? When have you ever heard Eve laugh like this? Okay, that's better.
Okay, you stop laughing.
In the meantime, her laughing has Osh and all them been out of sight.
Let's see. Yeah, that would have been a couple seconds. So I'd
18.
say so.
Virgil leaves the carnival.
All right, roll a stealth check.
Oh,
Oh no, he's not trying to be stealthy. He just leaves.
All right. Well, in that case, Eve, roll a perception check.
okay.
As you pick yourself up, kind of look around to see if anyone saw that, you notice that you see the familiar cloak of Virgil, but not heading towards the big top.
What? Oh, God. Eve, like, slaps a hand over her forehead, glares daggers at the mannequin, glares after Virgil, and is like, shite! And has to run off after him. Because, buddy system, you're about to be assassinated!
Yes, buddy system. Virgil, are you moving in a hurried fashion, or?
Quickly, like, walking.
All right.
Not running, but he wants to get where he's going sooner rather than later.
Gotcha. And Eve, would you be in a full-on sprint, or?
Eve will jog as fast as she has to catch up.
Just for shits and giggles, if there's something in my way, walks over top of it.
Eve
He's
vaults
literally
over
beeline.
carnival objects.
She does have the boots of striding and springing.
That is true. She just hops over any obstacles in her way. Like a grasshopper.
All right.
Gore.
Well,
Virgil!
I would say that, Eve, you'd catch up to him if you want to, about the same time as you'd reach the city gates.
Virgil!
Shit. But you have to go to the big top.
Virgil, for fuck's sake, what were we talking about, like, not a half hour ago? Where are you going? By yourself? When there's an assassin out to kill you?
I don't understand. About to go to the Feywild, that assassin thing, kind of put on the back burner. Like, if it happens, it happens. But main mission is to go to the fucking wild.
If it happens, it... Oh. Eve calms herself. Well, you see, Virgil, here's the difference. Feywild's a dangerous place, but they're not actively trying to hunt you down in the Feywild. If there's danger in the Feywild, it's incidental danger. This one is an active danger that is specifically pursuing you. You know what I mean?
Do you know everything about the Feywild, Eve? I mean, every little thing.
No, of course
Things
not.
here just want to kill you because they're hungry. Only calculate that it's the same over there. For fuck's sakes, you have to keep an eye out for Displacer Beast in the name of Star. Because I promised the one at the carnival I would help him find his cup.
A displacer beast?
Yeah, there's a Displacer Beast that runs the Lost and Found in the carnival. It talks, which is really strange, but even more strange. It asked me to find its cub, and might be in the Feywild. It might be in another city. We don't know. When we go there, I have to keep an eye out for one.
That's really interesting considering
I've
the
heard
fact.
no good stories about Displacer Beasts. Have you?
Honestly, I was just gonna say I've heard of them being the hounds for the Winter Court.
Oh. Ian has picked up your request from some of the participants at the carnival. Before we go and try to accomplish them, there's an answer that's been on my mind since the day I can remember. Where I'm going, I might get an answer or clue which I need to know.
Eve kind of looks at him. Okay, and this is clearly something really important to you. Then, alright, before we go, I guess it's important to do anything that. Any lingering business we have here. We're gonna. Eve kind of grabs him by the forearm. Listen, Feywild's a dangerous place, but as long as we are careful and we know what we're doing, I truly believe that we can make it out of there unscathed. So I know you're really apprehensive about this, completely understandable, but we're not going to let anything bad happen to each other while we're in there. And as the person who has maybe the most know-how about this place out of all of us, I'm going to make damn sure that you guys don't walk into anything that I can prevent. Okay? We're going to make it back. We are.
Virgil will take his other hand, kind of like at Eve's head. You're taking the charge once we find that portal. Everybody has to obey your command. I know you'll try your damnedest to bring us all back. We all have each other's back in some weird way or another. No questioning Gaz. Especially after the conversation he told me he had. I don't have a good feeling about going through that portal. I know nothing, which I don't like. It's bad enough here, I don't know who's friend or foe. Besides, hell, actually, even with our group, I don't know who's friend or foe. Keep picking up strangers and running into them, and like I said, more things keep stacking on top of each other. At least here, I know who my targets are. Once we pass that threshold, I'm gonna be blind and I don't know who to trust.
make you feel any worse. But once we pass that threshold, better to be safe than sorry and just restrict that to us. And maybe not anyone who is native to that place. It's harder to tell there. I'm not saying that there aren't trustworthy people there. There probably are. But it's a very different mentality in the Feywild. So, caution will be the order of the day. Trust us. Rely on our wits. We'll get through all right.
Oh, listen, they're gonna start wondering where the hell we're at.
Hey, I wasn't the one who wandered off alone.
You went to go talk. What were you even doing at that stand?
Okay, listen. Oh, you didn't hear that, did you?
Pretty sure a few people that were walking by saw and heard you.
Eve, like, half covers her face. Okay, listen. There's this mannequin in there that is dressed strangely, and it has a plaque under it that reads... Did it just legitimately read Natasha Yaga? Max?
Let me double check. Not Natasha. If it would have been anything, it would have been Tasha. But I will double check.
Tasha, known for her hideous laughter, I think.
It said, yes, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter.
Would I have made that connection?
Yes, you've been researching it enough that you would know that that would be probably referring to it. Especially since you got hit by Tasha's hideous laughter.
Fair point. Anyway, there's a mannequin in there that is labeled with the name of the person we are trying to find in Prismere, and it's casting spells on people. Like that one that had me rolling on the floor in a very embarrassing way back there. That seems important. I was just going to take a look and then catch up with everyone else. It wasn't going to be a longest extended, I'm walking out of the carnival on my own.
Eve carnival. Alright, Jesus fuck, words. It's a carnival, Eve. Fucking whole thing is weird. You rode very fast snails.
That's true, I think anything is possible after that.
Talked wooden unicorns.
Wait, what?
Long story. Everything's strange at that carnival. So, plaque that has a name, the person we're trying to find, doesn't really scream evidence to me.
It doesn't... Well, I'm gonna take any leads I can get in here. And that's, in my eyes, a significant one.
Well, speaking of leads, I know where we need to go. Find her.
Wait, you do?
Yes. Once the carnival's over and we all together and find a place to sleep, I'm pretty sure I will at least tell you. Oz will fill in parts that are a little confusing to me. Both got answers to questions about where we're heading. It's not a good thing to get answers all the time, but better than walking in the dark.
No, answers are great. Knowledge is always good to have, even if it, isn't great news. Good work.
Yeah, you say that, but the answers I'm looking for could affect me in a very troubling way. And as he says that, he starts to walk towards the cemetery.
Alright. Eve,
What?
you just gonna let him?
No. He trots after him like, oh, but hello? You're just still gonna...
I
Okay,
need to
but
know if I'm a monster or not, okay?
if you're a...
He looks
I mean-
away clenches his fist. My grave's here. Those Garrett's. There's plaques in the cemetery. There's nothing in my friend Garrett's face, but there's something in mine, and I need to know I am who I say I am, or if the running joke that all of you have been saying is true or not. And if it is true, I don't know what to do.
Well, if it's something you need to investigate, then you should. Like I said, knowledge is important to have, especially if it's so personal. But just so you know, Virgil, no matter what's in that grave, it doesn't change who you are as a person. No matter what your name was, you're still you.
Am I? Am I still me, Eve? I have an entire family in Silver Rock who thinks I'm a child. I have a woman that was hunting me down. She thinks I'm her brother. I defied that as much as possible. What if it's true? If I do belong to that family? Things that they did, that means I did them too. Just
Well, that's...
I just need to know, that's all.
I know this is a very personal matter, but if you're gonna go off to investigate this, I'd like to come with you. I can't justify just letting you walk off by yourself in a place where this man is trying to murder you. What if he actually succeeded? None of us would ever forgive ourselves, and this world would be a darker place for it.
It'd be a fair fight if he tried. For all we both know the city, the back of our hands.
Okay.
The only way he would accomplish it is if he had numbers. Even then, I know locations of outposts and trolls. If things did get too dicey, that I could just run that general direction. This is the sad part, and part I don't like to admit, but it'd be like throwing lamb to the wolves, most likely. I don't think the guards here could handle whatever he has planned for me, but I just don't think he would do it here. After all, he did talk to Gaz about setting up some type of plan to take me out. If that was the case, Gaz would have taken me out before we even went to the carnival. After all, I saw him first before all of you.
That's true. Okay.
Sooner we get this done, the sooner we can get back to the group, if you really wish to come. But I will ask you, whatever we see here stays between us until I figure out what it all means.
Of course. Absolutely. I'm a storyteller, but I only tell stories that are mine to tell.
He tentatively turns around and continues walking. And the closer he gets to the cemetery, the slower the pace begins. And as he's walking through the cemetery, he's gonna look for a fucking shovel.
Well, we'll get to the cemetery in a little bit. It'll take you a little bit of time. It is on the opposite side of town, after all.
Yeah.
Let's check in with the rest of the party. So, Gazrakul, you found a seat, no problem. Right there next to the entrance so you can catch your friends as they come in. And you don't wait too long, as Bosch, Tia, and Veritas are the first ones to walk in.
We wave them down.
Hey,
Hello.
Please, pick a seat that seems most comfortable for you. We have arrived early enough to have plenty open.
thanks.
Veritas will choose the seat on the right. Far right.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll find some spot where Tia is able to sit next to me.
Easily done.
And I have an important question.
An important question.
Is Chelavi sitting with Gazrakul?
She is, actually.
Okay.
But she looks to the three of you. Where's Eve?
She said she was hanging back for a second. She was going to be here. And Virgil stayed with her. Make sure she's okay. Buddy system.
Right.
System.
Okay. A few minutes pass as you notice that everyone in the big top kind of starts to fill in the seats. And eventually, the lights begin to dim.
I'm spraying the other cats when they
There is still no sign of Virgil or Eve.
You promised me she'd be back here before the show started.
It kind of late.
Come on, I have to get you.
Well, the show is starting, so I don't think they're going to make it.
Alright.
Think they're okay?
Veritas can't contact them.
Well, Virgil is aware, I'm sure, that there is an assassin of some note after him, and I'm sure he has taken all precautions to protect himself from this life-threatening threat. And by that I mean, he's probably a sitting duck.
Huh. Oh no.
Yes, so, this is the part where I'm going to ask. Does the party inside the tent stay for the show?
Oh, that's a toughie.
It is, isn't it? That's why I have to ask.
Yeah.
Because basically, this performance will kind of... There's a lot of stuff that will happen. And basically, once the show starts, there's not really any point to stopping it, kind of.
Okay, really quick. Gosh, how long is that gonna take me? Oh, that's rough. That's okay, it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and reach into my pocket and pull out my bones, and I'm going to cast it as a normal spell rather than a ritual so that we get the result faster.
Okay.
Augury.
All right. State your State your question.
Oh gosh, how to phrase this?
Oh yes. Because I have information for you, but you need to ask the right question.
Should we go to Virgil? All three heads breathe tiny wisps of flame onto the bones and toss them at our feet.
When you say we, do you mean your party right with you right now?
The party.
All
yes,
right.
should the party go to Virgil?
All right. Whoa.
Man, I know how to interpret that.
Veritas is looking antsy, sitting on his seat, looking around. He stands up.
I'll go look for them.
Chelaby will kind of put a hand on you, Veritas. I think it'd be better if I went and checked.
The bones have spoken to us. We asked, should the party go to Virgil? And the bones speak woe. Now, unfortunately, we cannot determine if that means it is bad for us to go to them or to not go to them, which, it's rather ambiguous. But we can tell you that if we stay, it will be a great woe. But if we go, there is also the potential for woe.
Veritas, dude, can't you just talk to him?
I used all my energy.
Here, let me try something real quick. I'm gonna roll a d3. That's a 2. I'm gonna roll another d3.
I believe that is not enough. Oh, that is.
Okay.
Because that can restore.
Well, you know what?
Because that can restore,
Shit.
right?
Let me read this again. I think I can't do it because if I give it to him once, he can't get it again.
That will be important.
Yeah.
I will also give it a read to see if perhaps my interpretation would be beneficial.
I know once a creature receives the benefit, it can't receive it again until a long rest.
Yes. So Veritas, congratulations! You got a second level spell slot back.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright.
That's the roll of the dice.
Yeah.
I also, just a housekeeping note, having cast that as a second level spell, will
regain a first.
Receive one of my first level ones back. Yeah.
Yes, one of the very good things about divination wizards. All right. So Veritas, Chelaby has asked that you stay and that she go instead.
Very well. We will accompany Genevieve as per the buddy system. You two can perhaps stay and see if there is some wisdom to be gleaned from this performance. If that is all right.
Do you turn to look at Chelaby when you say that?
The if it was alright was with Bosch and Veritas.
Okay.
You also have 3 heads, so you could potentially look in both directions.
True.
Saying.
That is true. You know what? Let's say yes.
All right.
I looked at them both.
All right. You notice a dotted line outlining where Chelavi once was.
I guess she's gone.
Before we go,
So we lean in close to Veritas. Well, we're not. I'm gonna say we're still disguised because I'll just housekeeping recast disguise self.
I would say that this is the beginning of the 4th hour at the carnival.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna drop it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen outlandish things.
Yes. You are not the weirdest thing here.
So we lean in close to Veritas, all 3 heads, and whisper comes to his ear.
do you trust your sister? Has she any history of being more partial to your father than you?
Veritas. Kind of looks at GRK. Looks like he's about to say something.
And in your hesitation, the lights fall completely dark. And a hush falls over the crowd. And a second later, there's a spotlight that illuminates the center of the ring. And you see a lithe elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, suspended above the center ring by silk ropes. The elf is wearing a dazzling suit of diamond-paned mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. And his scepter is topped with a spinning vane. Welcome, one and all, to tonight's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light, and prepare to be delighted. As the show starts.
Fuck.
I want this one.
You know what? While everyone's attention is taken and it's dark, I hate this, but
So, is there a hole in the top of the tent? Is it like that kind of tent?
Given what I'm seeing on the map, no. It seems to have a topper.
Ah, yes, I see. Well, no matter. We're going to cast Fly on ourselves and yeet out the most gracefully we can.
Alright.
We don't have to push to the crowd if we just quietly fly out.
Right. You are luckily next to one of the exits. Although I will ask, where do you go?
To the graveyard.
Would you know to go to the graveyard?
That's a very good question.
I do not believe Virgil ever spoke about his trip to the graveyard.
Nope.
Did Chelavi mention that that's where they were?
Nope.
In an earlier conversation?
She did not.
Oh, gosh.
Veritas never even saw him at the graveyard.
Alright, well, you know, I'm going to regret this, but I'm sure there's a rest coming soon. We cast Divination. as an action.
Okay. Go
Can
ahead.
we do that?
Go ahead and mark off 25 gold pieces.
I can manage that. I have that.
And ask me your
Nice.
question.
Where is Virgil? We want to ask a more helpful god, someone who's nice.
Do you have anyone in mind? Because that might affect the answer.
That might give me a quick. Oh man, Ogma.
Ogma? Okay. On his way to meet the consequences of his actions. And the consequence of another's. And there'll be more consequences if you don't return to the carnival.
We spend a second in the air in silent consultation before we politely float back down to the seat we were in, turn to the others, and mention,
It is best that we stay. We have sought guidance from the gods, and they suggest that we not go looking for more trouble. Enjoy its performance.
Okay.
All right. The performance begins. It starts out with a burly bugbear that comes out and shows off feats of strength. You know, the typical strongman display. He even will go over to the displacer beast and pick it up. And it's a little hard to hear. The carnival goers, give me a perception check.
About an 18.
not me.
All right, Bosch, is he reciting poetry? It's hard to hear. He's kind of saying it under his breath, but there's enough of a pause in between the oohs and the ahs that you can barely catch that he seems to be muttering some utterings of some kind of poetry to himself.
Strongman?
The strongman, yes. Very elegantly, too.
Okay.
After that performance, the bugbear, to kind of finalize his performance, will kind of show off his final test of strength by pushing this enormous fishbowl onto the center, and inside you do see Palisha, who begins to serenade the audience. All the while, they're kind of like these shapes moving throughout the pool of like these schools of fish dancing about. There's kind of like bubbles start to fill the air and kind of glisten off of each other. All the while, you start to see fairy dragons with streamers tied to their tails, kind of going and flying through the bubbles, kind of popping and making this sparkling show. Which is then followed up with a troupe of acrobats and clowns and fire breathers that kind of parade about, showing off their various skills. The acrobats kind of going along the tightrope, swinging from a trapeze, and the fire breathers just kind of demonstrating their know-how And the clowns, they have a very, very small cart that they all seem to be able to fit into. Quite odd. And as the show kind of comes to an end, Mr. Light will kind of address the audience. Well, that was quite the show, wasn't it? But I do have to ask, are there any out there that would like to make their own performance? We do accept guest performances, if any has any to offer.
Well, it's too bad Eve isn't here. She'd be perfect for that.
So do any of you wish to make any sort of performance?
thinking
Veritas
about it.
is kind of slouched down in his chair and has been half paying attention to the performance. Seems like he's been thinking about something.
All right. Bosch, could you roll me a insight check?
I don't like these things, but sure.
9.
9.
All right. You notice that Tia gets up and starts heading down to the stage.
What? Can I catch up with her real quickly? Like how?
You can.
Okay.
As you get to her, you kind of notice that she has this serious look on her face. We need to get We need to get everyone out of here right now.
What's wrong?
I smell something. There's something coming. Something bad.
Okay.
And it is at that moment that we're going to switch over to Virgil and Eve. As you arrive in the... Let's do...
Cliffhangers, I hate them.
Jesus.
That's spooky enough. You approach the cemetery, and it is quite late. It is kind of approaching midnight, so aside from a few patrolling guards, you've seen no one on the streets so far. And as you get closer and closer, you kind of notice that there's almost like this mist that seems to be rolling in. And unfortunately, it seems to be its most thickest in the cemetery. So, I would like Virgil
Flashbacks.
to roll a survival check to try to remember to navigate back to his grave.
Flashbacks. 18?
18. Not only are you able to get back to your grave in time, you find a shovel on your way. How convenient.
I like it was placed there.
Who knows? But you begin to approach your uncannily familiar gravesite. And you approach, and you just get this nauseating feeling.
I remember the last time I actually threw up, actually.
Well, that's one positive, right?
It'd be a combination of where we're at and the atmosphere we're currently in. Sure you still want to be here?
Absolutely. Just in case.
Try and keep an eye out in case company shows up. I know, like, we might see here grave robbers, guards, assassins, who knows.
Will do. Eve will look around for any... Are they all just plaques on the ground, or are there any, like, tall tombstones?
There actually seems to be a variety of plaques and tombstones.
Anything tall enough that she could shimmy up it and have a slightly better vantage point than her, like, 3.5 feet on the ground?
What is your goal?
To get a decent view of the surrounding area so that she can see over the tops of the tombstones in case anyone is approaching. She's just finding a lookout position.
Okay.
That is close by.
There's a fence nearby that seems to be able to support one's weight.
Okay, how far?
Not too far away.
Okay.
Like, you're still well within view of Virgil.
Okay, then she will shimmy up it.
Alright. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Well,
13. Kind of looking around, and the mist does kind of put a halt to any vision, but really what gets to you is the silence. The silence of the graves, as it so were. Not so much as a hoot from an owl or a squeak from a rat. And it is eerily calm. Virgil, do you start digging?
Looks at both the headstones, the plaques, and with a very trepidatious strike, he starts to dig his own plaque.
Alright, you start digging your own grave. It does take a while. And all the while, just kind of with each scoopful of dirt, just this nauseating feeling just seems to build up in your gut. But after a little while, you eventually hear the thump of wood against your shovel.
Takes a shovel and throws it out of the grave. And I don't know why I'm even doing this, because I'm pretty sure, I don't have shit to actually help me. He will start to... Is this modern day style coffins, or is this like pine wood nailed shut coffins?
Pine wood nailed shut.
Okay. He will try to find a earth that isn't completely sealed and start prying.
Alright. Eve. Are you still sitting on your little perch?
Yep, keeping a sharp lookout and keeping her ears open more than anything.
Alright. Kind of looking about. You see a shovel fly out of the grave that Virgil was digging up.
What? Eve will take one more look around into the mist.
Alright. As Virgil seems to be in the final stages of uncovering his grave, you hear a very loud crunching noise coming from like 10 feet to your right.
Eve's head snaps around in alarm and she like reaches for her rapier and then realizes, oh shit, I'm unarmed.
Yes, you look over to your right and you see, similar to you, perched on another piece of this fence, what looks to be human, although her skin is quite pale. This woman seems to be perched on a similar fence post. They're very wide. And is eating popcorn.
She looking in any particular direction?
Straight at Virgil.
Eve just kind of stares at it. Hold on. This doesn't happen to look like the woman that walked into the bar at the very beginning,
No.
who was referred to as Nara.
It does not. Her skin is quite pale. And there's also the fact that you can actually see skin. The previous woman that you saw in the bar was covered in very dark robes and kind of had a porcelain mask to cover their face. This one, face is exposed, hands are exposed, but does have a very, very nice-looking dress. And very extravagant, too. Definitely not a common folk.
Eve, slowly with no sudden movements, reaches into the bag of holding to pull out her old rapier, her original one, as she just is staring at this woman fixedly. How far away is she?
10 feet.
Jesus!
And you've been keeping an eye out. You did not hear her approach.
Well, evening? What time is it? It's not evening. It is evening.
Oh, it's like midnight.
It's for the AM.
Yes. Oh, hello. Are you here for the show as well? Crunch, crunch.
I mean, not much of a show unless you're a sadist, I think.
Sadist, that's funny.
Thanks, I try. Who might you be, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh, my name is Cass.
Cass.
Crunch, crunch. Virgil, you notice the crunching as well. Cause you go and reach and you start ripping off the wood, and you hear that crunch, crunch, and you stop and just look around. Start pulling again, crunch, crunch. And then before,
Are you eating right now?
And then before you start again, crunch.
Eve kind of raises her voice a little bit, but doesn't look away from Cass. It's like, Virgil, we've got a bit of company.
Oh,
Immediately looks up.
oh, don't mind me. I do love a good show like this. It's not often you get to see the ramifications of the Raven Queen firsthand.
Of the Raven Queen?
You'll see.
Do I hear that?
Oh, yeah. As you poke your head out, you see this woman.
Hear her say those exact words.
Yes.
Get out of the grave and, get right underneath. Looking deadpan at her. What do you mean, ramifications of the Raven Queen?
Oh, just her meddling and all that. It's really funny watching it explode in her face.
Who are you? What's your purpose here?
Oh, my name's Cass.
Eating popcorn.
Well, that's what you eat at a show, isn't it?
Not much of a show here.
I beg to differ.
Is this name ring any sort of bell?
Nope.
How do you know her meddlings?
Oh, I could smell it on you. By the way, both of you have... She kind of breathes in deeply. Very delectable looking souls. Just thought I'd let you know.
Eve.
Yeah, well, mine's kind of spoken for.
I can tell it's covered in feathers. She really got to you.
What's that supposed to mean exactly?
Well, I'm something of a connoisseur when it comes to souls. And yours, while indeed mangled all to heck, it has been patched up rather nicely by her. Her handiwork is pretty evident, but I don't think I've ever seen it this much.
I have a feeling you know something, but you're not wanting to say exactly what it is.
If you're wondering if I know why, I don't know. I just got here.
And so I check if she knows or not.
Sure.
16. Bad for a low roll.
I also got a low roll, but...
He has a plus 50.
Not quite. It's odd. This person is really weird. But you get the sense that she is being truthful, kind of. Like, she definitely knows more about something, but she has not said a bold-faced lie.
Okay. If you're somewhat of an expert on souls and seems like more than a novice with the Raven Queen, what type of meddlings does she do then?
Oh, all sorts. Let's see. She tried to save me once. That was funny. There's also all the souls that she has locked up.
Oh, the divine can't interfere with us.
That's true, but she wasn't always divine. The Raven Queen's a bit of a special case. Her and a select few others. Like, say, for instance, Vecna.
Name ring a bell to Virgil at all?
I believe it does.
Eve's eyes widen.
Because you've been walking around with his book in Eve's bag. And you do know that.
Have I? Okay. Didn't know if Virgil knew of the book, but I don't think got enough information about what it is or anything like that.
I'm not sure how much information you do have, but you do know that it makes you sick to your stomach. Which, by the way, that's a very similar feeling you're getting from this girl. Like, you kind of thought it was the lingering nausea from digging up your own grave, but you kind of think about Vecna for a moment and you realize you are feeling the same feeling from this girl. Which I suppose brings me to my question. You see, he did something really weird recently. He showed himself. He was present. And I was wondering if either of you knew why. I thought that, if I linger around the cemetery, maybe someone connected to death will tell me, but here you are.
I'm here to find answers, nothing to do with him.
As am I.
What's your questions then?
Why was he here?
You think we have the answers? To people like that?
I don't know. I don't see many raven-touched people digging up graves. Thought maybe I'd ask. Cassandra, I'd like a deception check from Eve.
Oh, I didn't say anything for a reason.
You need to keep it off your face.
Oh god,
I
she's
will.
not good at that.
I will allow for performance.
Ooh, okay.
You are able to keep your cool, as she seems to be mostly focused on Virgil.
Cool.
I hate to disappoint you, but I don't think there's going to be a show here tonight, so if you don't mind, you could just leave that perch and go back to wherever the hell it is you came from.
I'd rather not. Where I come from was quite dreadful.
Like the Nine Hells?
No, I mean that in the literal sense. Do I have to spell it out for you? I thought you knew. You are one of hers, aren't you?
I don't know what I am, lady, but right now you are really testing my nerves.
I have been known to do that. Here. Alright. I am from what is known as a plane of dread.
Does that sound familiar?
Go ahead and roll a history check. The both of you can do that.
Because I'm the shit at history.
Alright.
What? It's literally cocked on my screen. It's lit up on a 1 and 13.
Cacked.
Well, came up as a 1.
No, that could happen.
It has happened to me before.
I'm cool with a 1, because, yeah.
Are
nothing-
you-
nothing live.
Alright.
Are you using the new Fizzbands dice? Because the same thing happened to me a minute ago. With that.
So, I haven't
Oh,
changed
never
my
mind.
dice.
Sorry,
Yes.
continue.
Virgil, you're a little peeved off. You're in a
yeah.
high stress situation, and this woman ain't helping. Eve, you remember reading in some tomes, specifically about the Shadowfell. Much like the Feywild, the Shadowfell also has its little hidden away sections. Only these are ones that you do not want to find. There are planes of dread, which are, for lack of a better term, prison cells for some of the most evil creatures to walk the material plane. Things that it would be bad if it was to, say, go to its normal plane of death.
Ooh. Okay. As soon as these words
However,
are out of...
however, these planes of dread also have been known to have a will of their own and will sometimes swallow up innocence.
Okay. Eve will...
And one more thing.
Uh,
You would also know that specifically these realms of dread are meant for the lord of those planes, known as Dreadlords. Or Lords of Dread. Now you may continue.
okay. Eve will kind of reach out and subtly... She's standing, like, right to the side and behind Virgil, and she'll just kind of subtly reach out and, like, grab the edge of his sleeve very tightly. And just say in what she hopes is a casual tone, "Oh, wow, that is very dreadful. What landed you in a place like that?"
Oh, I think it was. She probably came to the decision when I ate L'Oreal's soul. Yes.
L'Oreal.
Mm-hmm.
That name.
That name
I'm so sorry.
does ring a
Does that
bell.
sound... Okay.
Although, the reason why it rings a bell brings you concern. You know L'Oreal to be the first name of the Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Oh!
L'Oreal Silverhand, specifically.
Like, from recent memory or like historically?
From, like,
Historically, the first Lord of Waterdeep, you said.
no, like the current Lord.
Oh god, that's worse.
Oh, but that
Ah!
was so long ago.
Oh my, how long ago are we talking?
I don't know. Nix, how long was it? She kind of looks over into just air as she says that. Oh my, that is a long time. About 30 years or so. 1S. There you go.
Ah. I see. Well, it sounds like you've been very busy with big, important things.
Yes.
We surely wouldn't want to take up too much of your time, right, Virgil? We've got our own matters. Unfortunately, can only be so helpful to someone of such high station.
Crunch, crunch.
Did you notice the carnival over back there? Now there's where real show's going down.
Yes, it is quite jovial. And with so many people there. Unfortunately, I can only have one soul a night, so I do have to pick carefully.
Eve is like tugging on the back of Virgil's sleeve in growing alarm.
And what if I run into whatever Vecna was after? What if it was a soul? Now that would be a delicacy.
Or you might piss them off. Oh,
Quite possibly.
you can only pick one. You've been staring at me this entire time. You expect to eat mine? And his hand goes towards his sword.
I don't know. Do you think yours is tasty enough? It does have a bit of feathers. Wouldn't want to choke on them. Although, it would be fun to stick it to that bitch.
You know, for someone that just doesn't care who they piss off, you pick some really bad enemies.
Oh, did I?
Not me. I mean, if I am your chosen soul for the night, imagine that quote-unquote bitch would be too pleased with it, and she would probably do something in return. Maybe send you back to where it is you came from that you don't want to go.
Ah, but that's the kicker. The reason why I am here right now. Something that would need to be corrected before she could do that. You see, the universe has a funny way of balancing itself. And I am here because someone broke the rules. So until they are either undone or reprimanded or whatever sort of divine punishment they do nowadays, until that happens, I'm a little bit stuck here. but I'm okay with that.
What, you look at yourself as some cosmic guard
Oh,
waiting for the wrongs to be righted, and then just so happens you get a meal out of it as well?
oh no, not wrongs to be righted, rights to be wronged.
Alright, so this conversation's going in circles and it's really tiring talking
No,
to
it's
you, to be
fun,
honest.
isn't it?
So fun. Listen, you were just talking about, the balance and things, being righted and wronged. You do realize that even if you, she kind of waves idly towards Virgil. Even if you do something with, this one to spite the Raven Queen, she'll just find another tool. Probably won't be any skin off her back in the first place. Doesn't really seem like the best way to send a message.
You do have a point. Although... Eve, I would like you to roll a stealth check.
A stealth check, okay.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
I assist by using my body to block his view of her.
You can't assist like that, but Eve, go ahead and roll advantage. Well. Oh. What's that you got there, little one? She kind of turns her full attention onto you, Eve.
Point of order. Are you talking about the rapier or the book?
She's looking at you.
Because, just saying, the last time I mentioned the book, I left it under Eve's bed at the
I
Wandering
am
Weasel.
aware.
Okay, just making sure.
You have a little scratch on you.
A scratch? Well, I am a bit clumsy. I do tend to hurt myself every now and then.
No, not on your body. On your soul. My, did something hurt you?
Well,
Not many things can hurt a soul. And what are powerful. Tell me what it is, and I will go and find it.
oh, how generous of you.
Something like that can surely be a good meal.
Well, I did have a bit of a run-in with,
Oh?
I'm sure you're familiar with, Mr. Stillhavity?
Who?
Oh.
What? Seriously?
I'm afraid I do not know this Stillhavity.
Oh, that's very surprising. You seem very interested in souls, and so does he.
Really?
Hold.
He won't shut up about them, as a matter of fact.
Interesting. And he is strong?
You know? Probably put up a good fight. Good luck, though. He's got quite a kick to him.
What does he look like? And where might I find him?
Does she seem interested in him as an opponent or as a potential ally? Can I tell if there's any hostility or thrill of the hunt?
Roll insight. You catch a bit of drool dripping out of her mouth. She is almost salivating at the idea of a opponent that strong.
Eve kind of gives a wry half grin and takes out she kind of sheathes her rapier behind her back and takes out her vial and says, "Here, I'll show you." And she plays a short riff and casts Minor Illusion.
All right.
And amidst the illusory butterflies that fly up, there is just a small image of the pale tiefling.
Oh, interesting.
But you know, a lot of people are out for his head, so if you want to have a crack at him, better sooner than later.
It's not the form that I was shown, is it?
No, it is not. You only know the monstrous form that the Raven Queen showed you.
If that is his form, he has possibly another one.
Oh? A shapeshifter?
I don't know.
He's not. I don't think he is. No, he isn't.
Gigantic bird-like creature with a maw that could swallow a city. Mouths all over his body.
No, I
And
was.
you'll never forget.
No, I was wondering if he was an echo.
An echo? What's that?
Oh, it's just a little something that happens when you eat too many souls. Or gain too much power, or any number of things can trigger it.
Okay, well, he has certainly seemed to be eating a lot of souls. What exactly does being an echo entail? Are you an echo?
Well, technically. Roll a persuasion check. Alright, you've been helpful, I'll let you know. Although this might be a bit much for you to comprehend. But as
Try me.
I'm sure you're aware, there are many worlds.
Yes. Go on.
Like there are different material planes.
I knew this, right?
You did know this.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Alright,
I'm sorry, is there a more surprising part?
Well, there are variations. For example, I'm... A question for you. Does Waterdeep still have a black staff?
Yes?
And does Laurel Silverhand still live?
The last I heard?
Then yes, I do think I am not from this material plane, it would seem.
Ah, you're from a different version.
Yes. There is a Waterdeep, yes? Seeming that you were not bothered by the question of the black staff.
Correct.
Then it would seem that I am still on a version of Torel. See, while there are other material planes like Owerth and Kryn there are other Torels as well.
I see.
Although they're a bit more, they're closer together. They mostly get bundled. But when figures of power rise to a certain point, variations of them almost seem to exist simultaneously. A famous example, I'm sure you know of Bahamut.
Of course.
Well, there exists a version of him on just about every iteration. He is quite prevalent. Him and his sister Tiamat. Though sometimes in different forms, they mostly appear the same, on the same sides and whatnot, closely aligned.
Ah,
And so I
okay.
was wondering if this Stillhavity was perchance an echo of myself, but I don't think so, given that I don't see him.
You don't see him?
Yes, a a step that goes beyond having an echo is being aware of an echo, being aware of your different selves. I've even heard of some beings that have been able to communicate with their other selves, manipulate events. Oh, someday.
Well, if it helps, somehow I don't think. Okay, before I say this, do I get similar vibes from this person as I get from Stillhavity?
Roll another insight.
Nope.
I mean, they kind of have similar themes, but there's just something off about this one. Something that does seem to be different. But it's really hard to pinpoint what.
Fair enough. Well, my statement was going to be the same regardless of whether I believed it or not, so. I really don't think that you and Stillhavity are different versions of each other. He's, well, he's got quite a unique character, I think.
Well, I suppose I'll find out. And where might I find this Stillhavity?
Oh, Eve is not gonna send this woman to Waterdeep. I mean, he's kind of been all over the place lately. He seems to have some nefarious schemes going on that are pretty wide-reaching. But there's a lot of talk about him all over the place. I'm sure with enough digging around, should be able to find a lead.
You know what I want.
Okay. Performance?
No.
Oh, okay.
Deception.
Yep. Okay, that's not terrible.
Well, I suppose that does make sense. Someone like him would want far reach. Yes, Dix?
Shit.
Really? Why, my sister seems to think you're lying.
Your sister.
Yes. My guardian spirit, as it were.
Oh. That's nice. Nice to have someone looking out for you. I mean...
I know, isn't it?
Sure is.
Which is why it
I'm
is
not.
quite disturbing that she would think that you are lying to me. But I'll double check, give you the benefit of the doubt, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. Didn't tell an outright lie. Shit.
Cool. You feel your mind just gets assaulted. Like, to personify it, it feels like you got tackled by a tiger.
Holy.
And
Eve staggers back and lets go of Virgil's sleeve.
And she will rummage around in your mind for where Stillhavity is. And
oh no!
I need you to make another roll. But I'm trying to decide what role should it be.
Roll for help. Roll for summon help. Send help, please.
The moment she stumbles back, Virgil's gonna turn to her and check if she's okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll be nice. Roll a charisma saving throw. This will be versus her DC, though.
Alright. That's pretty good.
Son of a bitch, you made it.
Oh, we almost just both died.
Oh, I wouldn't say that yet. Waterdeep. Oh, that should be fun. And if Laura Silverhand's alive, well then that would mean I could eat it again. She was the most delicious. Spicy though, very spicy.
We kinda need our ruling bodies right now.
What is wrong with you?
This one doesn't take no for an answer.
He's going to turn around back to this fast figure. Whatever you did to her, I'm commanding you to stop right now.
Well, I'm already done.
It will.
I just want to rummage around a little bit, find out the information that I want.
Be on your way and get the hell out of here.
Oh, why, I certainly will do so. But one thing first. My sister is quite bored. And it's been a while since she's had a chance to play with anyone. And she was wondering if you would fit the bill for what she's looking for.
His hand starts to glow. And on what bill you want to be fit right now, because you're really pissing me off.
Good, you'll need that anger. As, well, you'll see. And you watch as her left hand starts to flake skin and decay rapidly. Flesh just falling off. Her left eye becomes sunken until there's nothing but a void. And eventually, you notice her skeletal hand. You see a bright gem on the back embedded into her skeletal hand, and inside of her left eye is a green flame. And shadows begin to coalesce. As
left hand, eyeball, wonder what.
I wonder. And you watch as shadows begin to coalesce in front of you. As a figure in dark robes seems to materialize out of nowhere in front of you. They look at you. And from the shadows that are weaving around, she reaches out and pulls a sword out of the darkness. Its blade pitch black like night.
would like to do something.
What would you like to do?
I would like to. The shadow that is gathering around her, Virgil is going to select parts of it that are further away from her, and they're going to be drawn towards him, and they're slowly going to be morphed into silhouetted birds, and he is going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Alright, Spirit Guardians. Alright. That's a 15-foot radius, yes?
Yes.
Alright. At the same time as these events are going down, back at the big top, there's a rumbling beneath the earth as crashing up from beneath the big top, this snake-like creature with many legs bursts from the ground. You watch as it crackles with electricity, horns on its side. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Big super
Oh,
fight in 2
no.
different locations. Yay!
Yep.
Dude, that's sick ass
Oh,
map.
shit! That's so cool!
Yep.
Oh boy.
You done it.
And
Good play!
yes. Also, yeah,
Who?
you guys are so the big top people, you're fighting a Bahir. Good luck.
I thought that's what it was from the description. I didn't want it to be, but yes. Oh.
We're great.
Also not bad.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. I got turns to add. Yes.
did it roll advantage for me?
It seemed to have. You rolled a 7 and a 4, it says.
Yes, indeed it did.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. That's why.
It presented it weird, but it looks like it did roll
Yes.
twice.
Yes. Unfortunately, did not
I'm
roll.
confused.
It looks different.
Yeah.
All
Okey-dokey.
right.
Just zoom in on the cemetery because I don't know what's happened at the big top.
Yes. Yes, I
Nothing
should
good.
show you your enemies. As soon as it loads, come on. Yeah.
Oh, that character design!
Still
She does
hate her,
not look
even though
like-
it's sweet.
She does not look friendly.
She's so cool.
He's definitely not friendly.
Oh god!
Oh,
Right there,
that's her
Black
now.
Clover.
Holy!
Uh-huh.
Fucking
Not
demon
great.
sword over here.
Yes.
This is awesome and terrible. Let's do this.
Oh man.
Just leave the edgelord his own fate next time, y'all. Let him die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lesson learned.
All right. Let's see. So that's...
The entire time I was sitting here, I was like, Virgil, you really punch above your weight class. And you shouldn't. You just shouldn't.
Yeah. The whole time I'm just like, stop trying to provoke her.
Oh.
Interrupted a very critical moment for his character.
Bro, she's gonna put you right back in the hole you just dug.
Ooh! Means you get a new character, or guess what? I come back full vamp. Then that means it's harder for me to die.
Man, my initiative is shit.
I am rolling
Hey,
hot
there's got to
on
be at least
all
one
night.
Tolu in the party, okay?
I'd also like to point out that Chelaviv is nowhere to be found, and big suspicion that she's a lying bitch.
Oh, that's
100%, but
that's unfortunate. Someone got
That's-
got a nat 1.
Ooh. Hope it's Cass.
It
If
wasn't.
it's not,
no.
we're fucked.
It's not.
It's not.
That's not
I-
great.
You go back.
Also,
I have a
who's
feeling about that.
who's Pumpkinhead guy in the circus?
Ah, that's the bugbear.
Okay.
You just gotta look at the circus just to see the map. It looks sweet.
Do need to roll for Burley. Burley got a natural 20.
Oh, Burley.
Save us, Burley.
Burley the bugbear that you outclass in almost every single way.
It's Burley.
Actually, forgot to pull up his sheet. Let's see. Burley.
Did you roll initiative for Tia?
Thank you.
Right.
All the NPCs.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure we need the numbers over on our side.
Nah, you got
That one-
this.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
Yep. Just
We take care of
fighting the
this. We'll just
dreadlord.
hop over the little
Yes.
barrier.
Yeah.
I would say good news for the big top people. I did update Tia's sheet
Ooh.
to
Hey.
better reflect her progress with all of you.
Ooh.
Her dex mod is still 0, though.
Oh.
Living that zero dex mod life.
She has a 12d12 breath weapon now.
No.
100-foot cone, right?
No, that's her mom. Anyway. No, well, she got multi-attack. So she can attack.
Okay, I'll take it.
Woo!
As well as special things she can do while she's in her humanoid form now.
Character progression.
Hey, that's what we like to see. And then...
It's what we fucking need.
You know, I didn't think about it until now, but Mr. Light's also there. I should put him there.
Ooh.
What the fuck's he gonna do?
More than you
Other
think.
than with his charm.
I feel like he's just gonna be a Maddox over there, just casting fucking light spells and shit.
Let him help, please.
Cannon fodder.
Meat shield. Deploy.
Looks like he's
That's
he's gonna
one
do
more
so
extra
much.
meat shield.
Especially since Sorcerer has no spells, except for one now.
And don't
Yeah.
worry, he's a meat shield, but he's a quest important NPC, so
That
even if
is
he
a-
dies, he'll just get knocked out and come back a few minutes later, right? That's how it works in this game too, right?
I've played Skyrim. You can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
There is something that Mr. Light can
Looks
do.
like a cheerful Joker.
I mean, yeah, that's...
Is that Santa hat he's wearing?
I know it's a
Looks like-
jester's hat, I believe. Let me double check.
Ah.
Actually, let me show you his.
Oh, he's creepy. He looks a lot like Candlefoot.
Oh my, there's a lot of details. Don't read it. I didn't realize it was going to show you the whole thing. Just look at the picture. It's pretty.
Oh, I didn't even notice there was text under it.
Don't read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those be spoilers.
Scan.
Those be spoilers. But no, you can look at Mr. Light's picture to see his full
Butterfly staff.
get up. And yes, he does have a little scepter with a staff on the end of it.
Ooh. All right.
Creepy, don't like him.
It's reminded me a little bit, speaking of Skyrim, of the guy from the
Brotherhood.
Cereal.
yeah.
Yeah. Cicero.
So there we go.
You know what's funny? I just realized I rolled the same initiative for both Cass and Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Works for us.
Yes.
Is it though?
I mean, it's
Oh.
literally back to back, both sides for ours. Like,
Alright, descending order. Let's get some combat music going, because I got special music for this particular...
Mortal Kombat.
Circus fight.
That's so much
Oh,
better than
yeah.
ours, I bet.
Alright, and then I need to
You guys die happy.
a little bit... I need to finagle a little... bit with the initiative to kind of simplify things, because I kind of want to make this a switching of back and forth between the two areas.
That way it's bouncy, but not too bouncy.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear much above my weight class. We fight a fucking hag tomorrow, my man.
This is a dreadlord!
Maybe.
Probably!
Probably.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's dreadful.
Heh.
All right.
If you're going to be taken out by something,
All
the
right.
big go home.
I think that'll...
No, Eve, you still have the option of leaving Virgil behind.
He would not. He would not look at you and disappoint. He'd be like, "Good choice. Good fucking choice."
Let me be edgy and die edgy.
You and Jason produce the most self-destructive characters I've ever seen.
Yes. But all right.
We try.
He lived as he died, being an edge boy.
We are now ready
Died as he lived?
for combat. As we start off in the big top as this monstrous creature bursts forth from the ground, you notice, Bosch, that it is staring straight at Tia.
Oh, snap.
But before you're able to react, you notice that the bugbear strongman comes in. "Roar! You're scaring the patrons!" As he swings down his Morning Star,
Yeah, buddy.
and the Bahir swipes it away. Unfortunately, he does not connect. And, yeah, that's his turn. Veritas.
This is the part of the show, is it?
Turning over to Gaz.
No, it's not. Go get him.
And Veritas will stand up and he is 60, he is 55 feet away as he projects a sliver into his mind, disrupting him. I need an intelligence save.
Intelligence save.
Yes.
Wise move.
How smart is a Bahir? How about an unnatural 1?
All right.
Yeah.
7 psychic damage.
And I believe a d6 from his next save.
A D4. Yes. I would like it to be a D6, but no, it's a D4.
All right. Anything
And
else?
then kind of motioning to guys.
Oh, go get him!
Oh.
That'd be nice. All right.
That's it. My turn.
It is Mr. Light's turn. He is going to raise his scepter and point it at the creature that has arrived here, and from it a ray of frost will strike out. Ooh, that's not good. But he does hit. And this will reduce its speed. Okay. The ice begins to coat some of the Behir's legs as it kind of struggles to move a little bit. And Mr. At will look around just like, I need some volunteers.
Okay.
All right. The Bahir, kind of annoyed at this bugbear and at this clown, is instead going to sweep up to you two. Tasty little dragon. You hear Bosch in Draconic as it tries to attack Tia.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. And, yep, that's gonna hit. That's
deep lore.
As you watch the Bahir swing its tail around and sweep Tia up into its grasp as she is constricted. All right, as this thing grips into her, it doesn't look pleasant.
Yeah.
As Tia takes a mighty hit, but it's not done. It has multi-attack, and it's going to look to you and chomp down with its bite.
Okay.
Oof. Does a 28 hit?
Oh, yeah. I think that might.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. You take... That's cocked. Oh, good. 16 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Right. And that will make it Tia's turn. And they... Unfortunately, that's not going to be very helpful. She is going to spend her action turning into her draconic form.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that is her turn. Bosch.
Is it possible for you to delay your turn until after mine?
Don't think if I were seeing you do something, I think it might make sense, but kind of behind me.
Yeah, go ahead. I was thinking mechanically.
Appreciate it, but yeah, I don't think it works. Rage.
Right. Go ahead and roll your d8.
Yeah.
Or no, it's a
I always have
d10.
such a hard time
I don't know
fighting
what it
these
is.
things. No, it's an 8.
Oh, it is an 8? Okay. 3.
Okay, so yeah, Flump appears apparently.
Gary, save us!
Save us, Gary.
Hello!
Hello.
So Jerry appears. Jeez. And Tia is grappled? You said constricted. That counts as grappled, though, right?
Yes, grapple and restrained.
Oh boy.
Glad to have you, Jerry. Help us out, please.
And jeez. And it's stupid. Can I use an attack to try to help Tia out?
You can, actually.
Okay. Well, is it an athletics check?
If you want to specifically remove her, but there is also mechanics for Bahir if you do enough damage. So
Okay.
I'll let you choose. if you want to deal some damage, or do you then take the chance on the rolls, or if you want to do the athletics to really kind of make sure.
I don't know that Bosch would know about Behir's dropping things if they get enough damage, so he's just going to try to get Tia out.
All right. Go ahead and roll me in athletics.
Show him who's a real
Advantage.
strong man.
Of course, you have advantage from raging.
Oh, 16. Okay.
16 is the number you needed.
Get a bush.
As
Oh boy.
as it's kind of helping that Tia is kind of shifting her shape, kind of allowing for a small opening, and you're able to reach in and pull her out before the Behir is able to tighten its grip again.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, try to get away, and I'll shift over here-ish. I'm trying to establish flanking with Broken Head. I'm sorry, I forgot his name already.
Early.
Okay. Yeah, and gonna take an attack.
Go for it.
I'm gonna do a reckless attack too, because why not?
Why not indeed? A 19 will absolutely hit.
It's always jarring to see all those numbers.
Yes.
It's a lot of numbers.
I've not been able to fix that.
Alright, and I should have said which kind of damage first. Ow. I was gonna put in the extra charge as well, if I may.
Extra charge, sure.
Extra d6. Great, that's really useful.
Alright. I do need you to tell me which damage you pick, though.
I think it's weak to lightning.
Yes, please choose lightning.
I'm not going to do that. And I suppose I should roll again to be fair.
Roll what again?
We'll say acid damage. The
No need.
damage.
I'll take the first one.
Okay. Well, I was saying acid, whatever that is.
All right. You plunge your lance into this creature as acid begins to kind of coat it and start bubbling and melt it. And yes, it does seem to be affected by acid.
Amazing. Okay. And at the end of my turn, Jerry explodes.
Hello.
I need a death save. Or, no, not death save. Death.
Yeah, kill that thing with the
Jerry
flame.
instantly kills him.
No, the death saves for Jerry.
Oh god, I'm just imagining a flump just like explode. Oh god.
It fails with a 7.
Hey, I roll only one.
I will say that that takes up the saving throw or the mind sliver thing.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That would, unfortunately. But all right, if that's
my turn.
That's gonna do it for you. Then, Gazrakul, it is your go.
All right.
That was weird. Was that a
going-
flump?
Weird stuff.
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen that before, huh?
No. Now it's a full summoning competition. One of them has confirmed that there will be a summoning competition at a later date. But as of the current time, they're going to use their bonus action to whip out and unfold the Astromancy Archive. They will use their action to cast Haste on Bosch.
Excellent.
And then they're gonna use the movement to climb backwards up to the top row. Just a little further back.
All right.
And that's the turn.
All right. Things are shaping up in the big top. But back in the graveyard, Eve. That doesn't look good.
Nope. Okay, well, Eve will grip the vial with one hand and grip Virgil's arm with the other and say to him urgently, quickly, Virgil, these foes are beyond us. They are far worse than the Feywild. You know where we'll be safe. And she will cast Fly at 4th level on both of us.
Okay. As you cast Fly, you
Shit!
see the sword that the robed figure is holding, and you watch as your magic almost seems to be drained from you, drawn into the sword, as you are counterspelled.
Is that a mock?
Roll an insight check.
Nick
Oh,
and
God.
fucking tired of your race, Nick. Fucking everywhere with dope ass abilities.
You have yet to see any mock-like abilities yet, but the sword definitely sucked up your spell.
Honestly, you should get another mock weapon. I mean, you had me, but you're like, you have legs now. Use them.
Would have
Eve's,
stayed a fucking weapon, we would have been here.
Eve's face goes deathly pale at this. She curses under her breath, and she will just... Which way did we come from?
From the north.
Oh, good. Yep, that's great. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going that way. Eve will just squeeze Virgil's arm and say, we can't! And back the hell up.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just stand here for now.
All right. As
25 feet of movement's gonna feel real bad.
nope, boots of spring.
That's
Boots
30.
of springing, striding.
Oh,
It's
boots.
30.
Boots.
Okay.
Yes.
Gucci.
As you're running that way, you almost trip over the shovel that Virgil threw.
Watch where you leave your shit!
As you turn back to look, the shovel's not there anymore.
What the...
Oh shit.
The shovel was a mock! Oh shit, the shovel was a mock. Okay. Found Jelly.
All right.
Everything's a mock.
All right. Does
Just
that,
nuke the world.
does that
Fuck it.
conclude your turn?
Oh, Eve will also do a little very panicked sounding riff on her viol, urging Virgil to fly. Let the night be his wings, and give him bardic inspiration
All right. Virgil, you're feeling a bit inspired,
to run.
which is a good thing because it's your turn.
He's going to turn back, look at Eve.
Oh, there is one other thing to ask. Is this radiant or necrotic for your spirit guardians?
This will be radiant.
All right.
I
believe there's a little bit of damage that happens when you cast a spell, yes?
Yes, my bloodletting focus. So, I just go to my spells. So it would take, if they're not immune or resistant, which they probably fucking are, they would take 5 points of necrotic damage because it's 2 plus spell level.
All right. And is this to both of them or one of them?
It's to both of them because they're both in my radius.
Oh, excellent. So as you kind of gather up this spell and try to unleash your bloodletting, they seem unfazed.
But we're gonna do Spirit Guardians on their turn, right? For the saving
Spirit
throw?
Guardians in their turn, yes. That is when it happens.
Okay. Virgil will look back at Eve. And he has this look on his face. That would not take much to know. He just looks at Eve, nods his head, smiles a little bit, tells her to the others. He is going to position himself right here.
Okay.
Fuck.
Actions, bonus actions.
Bonus action is going to fuck is it? There it is, it's in blue. He's going to cast a 3rd level spiritual weapon.
I don't think it scales on 3rd level. I believe spiritual weapon is every other.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot 3rd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8.
Oh.
Every 2 spell slots okay, so every 2 spell slots above 2nd level.
Yes. I know, it's worded a
Okay,
little bit weird.
So I'd have to cast that at a 4th level for extra damage.
You would.
Right. And he will just cast it as a 1st level, since
You mean a 2nd?
it has 1. Only had 2nd, sorry.
No worries.
Fucking spell list, man.
Uh,
Alright, so...
I gotta go
How do I do this again?
I gotta go
Shit.
find your... Oh, wait, that's right. I made it so that you could get it. In your journal, under your name, it should be there.
There it is.
Should be able to drag it out there. Yes. Hooray!
Been a hot minute since I done this.
Hooray! Finally, it gets used. Because
I've used it like 4 times since I fucking did it. So part of the bonus action, he will roll to hit.
Yes. Who do you hit?
I noticed the sword.
Oh yeah.
Something specialty to like Eve
Yes,
when she
that was
everything.
visually obvious.
Okay. I'm gonna fuck up Nyx. And try to at least.
All right, go for it.
It's not gonna fuck up Nyx.
You swing down with your spiritual weapon.
You have inspiration.
What is it?
It's a D10. I think.
God. Seriously? Fuck, that's
Nope, sorry, it's a D8. But that's still a bunch, potentially.
sure. Let's see what a D8 does for me. I'll roll it in beyond, or not beyond, but roll 20, D8.
I am a merciful DM, and I will tell you to save your D8.
Shit.
Okay.
it wouldn't be
That's
enough.
a high-ass armor class, fuck. Okay, so... My spiritual weapon misses.
As you bring down your spiritual weapon with uncanny speed, the figure whips their sword and deflects it.
As they deflect the spiritual weapon sword, which was going to take out Volt Edge and try to get a unquote opportunity of attack.
Alright.
It actually helps. Come on. God, fuck you, you piece of shit, dies.
With with a speed that you are really unnerved by, also deflects your blade. And it's a bit unnerving seeing someone whip a sword that big around at that speed.
Oh, that didn't go to fucking plan. You get the fuck out of here now! And that's everything I got.
Alright, I will point, once again, because I'm a kind DM, I will point this out, that she has used her reaction.
Where are we gonna run? We gotta go north when all we got is east. Virgil
We can
know
go
of a way
north.
east out of the cemetery?
Going east would take you into the dead part of Neverwinter.
Worth
No
it.
help. That's literally no help, though.
We can still go north, we just have to go around them.
trying to be a kind DM, but I surely fucked myself, so
Alright. If that is the case.
I moved into attack opportunity for another one, so it wouldn't matter. I'm taking a hit.
Cass does not seem to have a brandishing weapon on her.
She can't have fucking Warcaster.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doesn't know what their capabilities are, so right now he's just trying to lock him away from Eve to get Ace from them.
Alright. It is Cass's turn.
Some saving throw.
She's gonna look at you just like, that's unfortunate that you missed twice. I wonder how long it will take. And I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, she needs to make one too,
Oh, yes, she does.
because mine goes before hers.
That is true.
Pass.
18.
Yeah, that passes.
Alright, so she will take half damage.
Half.
Alright.
It's radiant, bitch.
You watch as these flittering radiant ravens go to attack her, and they impact this shadowy shield that seems to surround her. Oh, you'll have to try harder than that. And yeah, wisdom save from you.
Oh.
As she casts Vicious Mockery.
Oh, son of a...
Holy shit, you actually saved.
Oh!
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, how rude.
The one that started this fight. I was silent for like a solid 5 minutes.
You will watch as the shadows kind of weave around her as she into a cloud of smoke. And where do you think you're going? You wouldn't want to miss the show.
Eve's face is grim.
Alright. It's Nyx's turn.
Saving throw.
Yes, a wisdom saving throw for them. Soft 20.
Yeah, that definitely fucking passes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 8 radiant?
8 radiant. As the birds sort of flicker around, she does not seem to have the same shield that her sister does. I didn't know you had greckles for your birds. All right. Well, I guess I'll just do the thing, and she'll swing her sword at you.
Do the thing.
What is your armor class?
Billion. It's 16.
Good thing I rolled a 1,000,000,001. Soft 20 hit.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to take 14 points of slashing damage.
Hey, a bit.
I forgot about that.
Okay. Just a flesh wound. Very deep flesh wound.
And then she'll kind of raise her hand and reach out. And, Eve, can I have a strength saving throw?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm great at those.
Is fucking Dex doing this shit?
You are kind of raised off your legs and pulled back a little bit towards Nyx. Just 5 feet, though.
Over here.
And that will conclude their turn. Alright, that means it's now...
Let's go, big top fight. Let's go.
Not quite yet.
Fuck.
It's Shelby's turn.
Hey!
I don't know if that's- I don't know.
Save
if that's
us!
anything,
Well, unfortunately, Shelby needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit!
And she... your spell save DC is higher than 12, right, Virgil?
but- Yes, sir.
Alright, go ahead and roll radiant damage for me.
Oh no.
As Spirit...
Hey, look at that. Threes all around.
As unfortunately, Spirit Guardians is a bit indiscriminate. Unless you choose. And since you did not know she was there, you couldn't choose her.
That's her fault.
It is her fault.
Thank you for the help there, Colin. That's her fucking fault. That's not his.
She could have, presented herself instead of being Shovel.
I was gonna say, that was fucking fast when she got there. Damn.
What, you think you just You think that, that she just walked?
I don't know what she did. I don't know her capabilities besides mind erasing, and I don't even know that.
Alright, but I need to decide, what is she going to do? Is she going to help you escape or help you fight?
She have the ability to kill them instantly? 'Cause that'd be awesome.
Not instantly, but she could do some damage, maybe.
Our word anything at this point?
Not at the moment. Okay, good. The air seems to start to shimmer around you, Virgil and Eve. You kind of feel like you're about to be dragged away to somewhere else. Do you resist?
She not visible? If she's not visible, then yes, Virgil will resist,
Then-
assuming it's one of them.
Then roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Does Eve resist?
these are low.
Got a
Does
10.
Ah,
A shitty ass DC, right?
does either one of these guys look like they are actively casting something?
No.
Then Eve's train of thought is, at this point, literally anywhere is better than here.
All right. The two of you, boop, right there.
Okay, better than nothing.
Just like, the fuck?
We should go.
Chalavi, oh thank God! Virgil, don't you be a freaking martyr! Let's run now! Let's go!
All right, and that will be.
Oh, you son of a! Don't you
That's
dare!
That's Shelby's
It's
turn.
still within range, so it's not gone yet. By
As,
5 feet.
as there is one more person on the initiative, I have to inform you about. As
What?
As you
Getting back now.
as you turn to run, you see on the path before you another hooded figure,
You
Better not be.
albeit a familiar one.
Ah!
it's not who I was wanting, but
It's
okay.
a party!
I agree with
Well,
I agree with Chelavi here. You should go. And they are going to cast Wall of Force.
Oh,
And there's going to be a bunch of panels that block off the rest of the fight. Alright. Back to the big top now. It's Burley the Bugbear, who's got who's got a friend in Bosch. We got this, come on! And with your help, he hits.
Nice.
I love that battle cry.
Alright, and actually gets a meaty chunk into him, reaching those long bugbear arms. But that is Burley. Veritas.
Well, Veritas will do Veritas things as he moves over to the side here, going through the stands, and going to keep poking at this big snake's brain. Another intelligence save.
Another intelligence saving throw. It got a 2.
And another 2d6. 5 psychic damage.
It shakes its head a little bit, getting a little frustrated. Anything else, Veritas?
No.
Alright, it's Mr. Light's turn. And I have to do a funny thing because you offered yourself, Bosch.
Oh. Okay, go for it.
But I need to double check something because you are level 7, yes?
Think so?
Excellent.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead and pull up the giant 8 stat block as he casts polymorph on you.
Oh!
Okay.
Of course, if you're unwilling, you can attempt to resist.
Probably would help us.
Probably.
Let's see how this goes.
All right.
I'm assuming that Rage does not apply, or Rage and Barbarian features don't apply while I'm polymorphed.
Because it doesn't say
actually,
features carry over, right?
No, things do carry over because you would keep haste. I think you wouldn't be able to initiate Rage, but you would be able to keep it.
Oh, we have a big, angry, hasted Bosch ape.
As you become monkey.
Return to monkey.
All right, and let me give you control. Can you control the monkey?
Oh, I can control monkey. Yes, I can.
All right. Mr. Light will then retreat, as he is now having to concentrate and will hide behind these barrels. Alright, it's the Behir's turn. There's now a giant monkey that just got done ripping its dinner out of its clutches. And please make me a dexterity saving throw. You have advantage, but you are monkey now.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
I just realized something.
What'd you realize?
This is Godzilla versus King Kong right now.
Let them fight. All right.
Sorry, I'm in the process of switching it so that my rolls don't get sent just to you.
Right, but I see
Got
that you
17.
got a 17, which is good. That passes. Which means you will take half of this. There's a lot of dice for this one.
Oh, wow.
You take 27 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
It's a good thing that you are a big ape.
I have a giant ape hit points now, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Which is a lot of hit points.
Yes. Okay. Math.
But Bahir is stupid, so it's going to attack you because you are more threatening.
Yes.
Bahir is big stupid.
All right.
That is good for us.
Yes. But this does open up the opportunity for Tia, as they are actually going to rush around to here. As you are now big, you are more threatening. You threaten more spaces. So your flanking expands. Tia rolls a natural 20. Oh boy. Dealing 21 points of damage on her bite. And then she's able to swing with her claw, too. That's not as good, though. And unfortunately, the claw will miss just barely by 1. As it kind of rakes off of some of the Bahir's talons. Bosch Monkey.
Okay. Bosch Monkey is going to multi-attack, apparently.
Yep.
Go ahead and do that. Oh, that's the 26 to hit from the first one.
Yeah, that hits him.
Okay.
Technically, it's a 28, but yeah, no, that hits. And yeah.
It's 30 damage plus if we're doing adding the rage is 32.
Yep. Skadoosh.
And another fist comes down.
Yep.
25 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, only 18.
All right, but you are still able to rock this thing as it very quickly loses a lot of its HP.
And I'm hasted, correct?
You are, so do it again.
Yeah.
Get up, King Kong!
One more for Ginny and the Whip.
Ooh!
Damn.
Another 31 damage.
Wow. As you come down with your third fist, this thing looks dazed. And also on its last legs.
And Bosch is going to stay where he is, apparently.
Alright. Guys. This thing is swaying after going one round with Bosch Ape.
I have a totally unrelated question. What's the HP of your average fairgoer?
Oh my god.
No!
Not a lot, but luckily, that the breath weapon only went that far. Didn't even leave the ring. It's only 20 foot long.
Awesome.
If it's not related to the breath weapon, then still not a lot.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
It looks really bad, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, you know, your boy needs components. And if there were ever a time to,
I knew it.
Finish him off! He's dazed!
You know, with everyone else focusing on that thing.
I would say you would have advantage on your stealth check.
Oh my god.
Or sleight of hand if you want it to be.
Oh, gosh. You know what? I need blood. I'm gonna... They're gonna casually poke someone in the back. And, oh gosh. Yeah, they'll cast Firebolt. Execution style at, some random fairgoer's head.
Alright. I will need a sleight of hand or stealth check to
Let's see.
to not draw attention to you murdering someone.
Oh,
I would like to say that Veritas has been softening up the Bahir for GRK, and has been kind of like egging him on to finish or to hit him.
What
Can I make a
say?
perception
I
check?
missed.
All right. But they are dead. 100%.
That'll do.
But it was also kind of a flashy spell. Firebolt is kind of bright, you know? So, we'll deal with the consequences of that later. Back in the graveyard.
God damn it.
All right.
Eve, what would you like to do?
Okay. Eve will. Can magic pass through a wall of force?
Depends.
Can a counter spell pass through a wall of force?
Yes.
Fuck.
I think. Let me think about that from. I will need to read Counterspell really quick. It would.
Shit. Okay. You know what? Fuck it, let's try it anyway. There are probably more important spells for these people to counter soon.
Quite possibly.
Eve's going... Huh?
Quite possibly.
Eve is going to, grab Virgil's arm again and say through gritted teeth, I can only do this once more. Counting on you to get us all out of here. She will cast Fly, which she can't cast at 4th level to do on 2 targets anymore, so it's just on Virgil.
Alright. The spell goes off without a hitch.
Awesome. She will turn and hold her hand out to Chelavi like she's trying to take a weapon. And she'll also look at Nastool and say, one of them might be a Dreadlord. Be careful.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Virgil, you can fly.
Can't be a martyr now, huh?
As my bonus action, I can still use my sword since I'm still within range.
Yeah. And since you're flying, you could just fly over the wall.
No!
I'm not currently flying.
Our only way out.
But yes, but to go ahead, roll to hit.
Fucking come on, you bloody ass sword. Oh, you fucking dirty whore! Why am I rolling 3s? Oh, nothing but 3s.
The bloody sword comes down and, once again, deflected by Nyx.
Oh god.
And your action?
Get your shit together. Action will be. Okay, so. Did you post? No, you didn't post fly in the. What's fly do exactly? Does it give me a fly speed?
You have
or
a
is it just my movement
you have a
speed?
flying speed of 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's see if this goes off without a hitch. I will cast haste on myself.
Ooh.
All right. And yes, that will absolutely double your speed.
I will get Eve.
Which this will drop Spiritual Guardians.
Yes, it will. I'll look at Eve, Chelavi, Nistol. I'll look at mostly Chelavi and Nistol. Go. You get out of here by yourselves.
Shelly will say, I've been known to get around. And Nastur will say, I will hold them back.
Please don't do anything foolish for my mistakes. And as Eve's hand is handed out to Chelvy, he will take it and fly 120 feet.
All right. You fly off 120 feet, assumingly to the north.
Yep.
All right. You are effectively off the map, but not quite out of danger.
Eve is looking backwards down at Nistul and Chelavi the whole time.
And another puff of smoke appears over by Nyx. Oh my, they seem to be getting away. Whatever shall we do? And she's going to hold her action to dash. And Nyx will raise their sword. And Eve, you kind of glance back. And you feel this really strange feeling. As the spell you tried to cast earlier, Fly, starts to seep out of the sword as they cast your Fly spell.
Fuck!
And hey, it's at 4th level, so it hits both of them.
Shit!
Oh, that's a dope mock. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little jealous.
And
Lovey, what's your skill?
Being a badass.
And yeah, they will be.
Not that badass.
And yes, they will give chase.
Oh no!
Aerial combat!
I'm so sorry. It's okay. We have a head start. They only have 60 feet too.
You definitely have a head start, and you are definitely going faster than them.
There's one downfall here.
Like, don't fall down.
No. There's only one place I know where the party's at.
What?
He could lead them to the party.
Totally could. Plus, there's all those.
wasn't-
There's also all those innocent people. That'd be great. All right.
Yeah, that wasn't really what Eve was talking about when she said the one place would be safe, but okay.
All right, and Chelavi. Chelavi is going to try and knock them out of the sky. Kind of point their finger at them and say, Nyx, and cast Rolithim's Psychic Lance.
Ooh.
Well, she was here the entire time, so yeah, she'd know him.
And that is an intelligence save.
You need a giant ape over here ASAP.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna... That'll do it. Surprisingly enough, fails the save. So that's going to be quite a bit of damage. Where are you, Dice Roller? I'm not rolling that many d6s. Alright. She taking 26 points of psychic damage and is incapacitated. So Nyx loses concentration on the spell and they fall to the ground.
Yes.
So they're going to take some bludgeoning damage. Not a
Chelavi.
not a whole lot. Okay. You do, however, notice that Cass didn't fall. They stopped moving towards you, but they just kind of seem to be floating there. As it comes to Nistul's turn. Sorry, Nistul's got a long list.
Know the pain.
Yes. They are going to reach out and cast a spell kind of familiar to you, Eve, and they're going to cast Phantasmal Killer.
Oh.
Many intelligence save shit.
The spell lashes out these dark tendrils, trying to reach out and grip Cass in its grip. But just barely. She's able to succeed her saving throw. Oh my, you have a beautiful soul too. As Cass seems to now be looking at Nistul. Back to the big top. Burly. Burly the bugbear.
Do it, Burly!
Two.
Damn it, Pearl, you have one job. Finish this bitch.
The tail swipes out and just like, and Burly goes kind of flying off. Veritas,
All right.
you saw something interesting happen.
Uh-huh. But I'm sure that first we need to address the giant snake in the room.
Certainly. I assume an intelligence save.
You assume correct.
All right. 15.
That fails.
Good. All right.
Another 7.
How would you like to kill the Behir?
So when Burly was went to strike, it took a second as he flew back, and it just seems like the creature fell down on its own. Or maybe Burly did get the final blow.
I did it! Ah! Ah! All right.
And then, seeing as it's fallen over, walks over to GRK and looks at him. And I'm sure by the time that he gets over, looks at him, it's the end of my turn.
All right. That more or less concludes combat on the big top side, and that will kind of go back to roleplay. But first we need to resolve a few things in the graveyard. Eve! You are being held by Virgil up in the air. It got real scary as they started to chase you, but it seems like Nyx was unable to continue their following you. But Cass seems to have shifted full-on attention to Nistul.
How far are we from this duel?
About 60 feet.
Okay. As we are flying, Eve will... Can I play still? The viol while being carried?
Viol kind of takes two hands.
Yeah, it kind of does. Well, shit.
You have a flute, don't you?
Mikado.
You have a flute, don't you?
I have a lyre.
Ah.
Stringed instrument.
Well, if you're wondering about Bardic Inspiration, you don't necessarily need an instrument to do it. You can do it with just the power of your voice.
The instrument's like your spellcasting focus.
Yes.
Eve will grip the neck of her viol and sing out to Nistul and try to give her some inspiration.
All right. Nistul is inspired. Any actions?
Is Virgil hurt?
worry about him right now. Like, he took one blow. It's not devastating.
Took one blow, yes.
Okay, then I guess Eve will hold. No, they're not coming after us. Eve's not gonna do anything.
Alright.
She's just gonna look at Virgil with mingled relief and exasperation.
Alright. Virgil, you puttering on along, I guess?
Yeah, I can't really cast a spell with my hands full right now. So my action would be to dash.
Alright, you dash away a little bit farther. A whole 240 feet. That puts you about 300 feet, I believe. Probably a little bit more. Alright. Cass slowly drifts down to the ground, gracefully landing. It's going to kind of look towards you, flying away at a breathtaking pace. Look to the stool. Another time, I think. And we'll grab Nyx, and they will both Dimension Door. And that will end combat. As Eve and Virgil speed away, you look kind of towards the moon, and you notice on one of the rooftops you see the two that were chasing you kind of puff appearing, and they just wave. Before puffing again. I assume you head back to the carnival, or is there another destination?
I know where Eve was wanting us to go, so, and it's next. It's not too far from the carnival. And that would be the, Wandering Weasel.
Alright. You speed off towards the Wandering Weasel. Back at the big top, Mr. Light will come out. Oh, thank goodness. Don't usually have such courageous volunteers. My thanks to all of you.
Bosch would have, when this thing died, kind of trundled over and kind of like Coco and the kitten, with the relative size, would have like picked up Tia and kind of like gorilla like did her. He's not real smart right now.
Oh, right, the monkey. And he will cease concentrating on polymorph.
There's not double Bosch. There we go. Okay. So they're the same relative size. Like, oh. I was worried. The thing say was gonna eat you.
Yes, we could talk about that later. You kind of notice that there's a lot of like shocked looks around the arena, but eventually, after a brief moment of silence, they burst into cheers. Mr. Light gives a bow, just like, thank you. Not so often that we get to see such brave adventurers. Kind of walks over to you. If you and your kind would just come with me, Mr. Witch would also like to see you. Proper condolence, proper thanks, and all that.
Oh, we've actually been trying to see if we can talk to you in the first place, but yeah.
Oh, I'm flattered.
My friend. I mean, you're the stars of the show, right?
Oh, more of the ringmaster, but I do appreciate the compliment.
We should get my other friends. They were helping from over there. I'll gesture over to Veritas and Gazrakul.
Could I interject a little?
How would you like to interject?
While they were talking, I took this little glass vial I have and just dipped a little bit of blood in there. Just filled that up a little.
Neat. Roll D100.
Okay, I could do that. Fuck me. I don't know what that means, but
All right, I know what it means.
As you're scooping up that blood, Veritas is looking down at you.
A terrible tragedy. We were aiming for the beast, but we were jostled by these fairgoers, and unfortunately our aim swerved.
DM, how well did I see this go down?
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception was a 12.
In that case, I would like a deception check from Gazrakul.
okay. Deception. God damn it, I hate charisma. Oh my god.
That's brutal.
You come over, and it's almost believable if it wasn't for the fact that he doesn't have his disguised self. And Gazrakul, you kind of forget that for a moment, as you can't help show your glee at collecting this blood. And Veritas, you know it was intentional. What you do with that is up to you.
You hear Veritas speak up, and he says,
I do have an answer for you. I trust my sister. I don't trust you.
walks away.
Okay.
Just like, no, you're right, absolutely.
But does it seem like anyone else noticed? Or were they all too wrapped with their fight? I know a lot of sight lines were blocked. I'm just...
Yes. You, being the intelligent person you are, kind of drag the body back behind the stands. But as you kind of go around, you notice, and this is what the D100 was for, you notice a small little girl looking around, looking a bit lost. Daddy?
We're just gonna keep walking with the group.
All right.
If you're looking for remorse, you won't find it here.
Oh, I wasn't looking for remorse from Gazrakul. I know he doesn't care. I wanted to make you suffer, Josh.
Josh cares?
It's
Kill fucking 3 members of his party!
yeah, that's fair enough.
As the group forms back up together, I'll turn to the crowd and put an arm on Burley. They're like, let's hear it for the real MVP.
Yeah. I didn't realize this was part of the show. Mr. Light, you really gotta let us know. I was a little scared back there, you know? Yes. I will be sure to inform you. Anyway, if you would all like to follow me. And
Let's follow.
and they will take you back to the staff area. I said the staff area.
A staff area.
All right. Walking back here, you do notice a couple of characters, I should say. You see one. You see there appears to be a guard posted in this area. However, this particular guard looks to be a clown, kind of smoking out of a bubble pipe, but has the most non-plussed look imaginable. Really need to show this particular person. His picture is great. As soon as I find him, where is he?
Just scroll down when the photo shows up.
As you see this
Oh God.
Zoomed in.
this wonderful clown standing guard just
Not-
like,
Dude looks like a serial killer. 100%.
I heard there was a commotion there. Everything all right? Everything's fine now, thanks to these lovely fairgoers. Yeah, good to hear. Now that Burley's back, does this mean I can get back to what I was doing? Oh, yes. Good. He continues to bubble on his pipe and not go anywhere.
Employee of the month.
Employee of the month. All right, you are taken back to a very colorful wagon. A particularly ostentatious-looking wagon. Has an aging clown with a painted grin. Oh, no, that was the person I'm describing. That was him, Thaco. Nope, that's so many boxes. Ah, yes, here we go. At this particular wagon, there's a door on it, and Mr. Light goes up and opens it up, and inside you see, glancing at a pocket watch, you see a fairly rotund elf. But they are fairly darkened of skin, but not quite like a drow. They put their pocket watch away and kind of look up to you. They kind of wearing this this tweed coat. Once again, pulling up an image. Oh my! Does anyone else hear that?
I hear a lot of
That's the
static.
Where did that?
Maybe it's from me because I didn't hear any static.
No, it was Roll20. Does everyone else still hear static?
No.
No,
It
I
ended when you ended the song. Now we're good.
Okay,
Now it's normal.
good. As you see this individual.
Ew.
Wow.
Sorry, that expression is just.
Sid Churchill
Ah,
as an
humbug.
elf?
Right?
Light, who are these fellows? Oh, well, they are just some valuable time savers. Yes. Watch did kind of tick a bit slow there for a moment, but it seems to be fine now.
There was a giant lightning-breathing snake. We stopped it.
What? Yes, it seems some creature came in. Not quite sure what it was. But these fine fellows were able to defeat it. Is that so? Alright.
Stuff like that normally make your watch run slow.
Anything that delays the carnival. This watch keeps track of the time here. Anyway, I guess introductions are in order. My name's Mr. Witch.
I am Bosch.
I'm Veritas.
Alright. I suppose that someone promised you recompense. Or compensation, I'd say.
We are looking for the entrance to the Feywild.
He blinks. I beg your pardon?
We are looking for the entrance to the Feywild.
Alright, wasn't my hearing.
I mean, I wasn't going to lead with that, but it's true.
Alright. Looking for the Feywild.
Hmm? There we go.
I need to double check my notes.
Just any spot. We're looking for Prismere.
That makes sense, unfortunately. Why do you want to go there?
We're looking for someone.
I would, somebody's might be in trouble. And,
We're going to go rescue them.
And you're sure they're in Prismere, not somewhere else? It's a bit
100%.
It's a bit difficult.
No doubt in my mind.
It's a bit difficult to get to Prismere.
that's what we hear. And maybe difficult to get out.
How competent were they? Very. I think they might be able to help us. Witch will actually kind of look around in a fervor and kind of put their hand up to Light's mouth, just like, you shouldn't say things like that, Light. You forget yourself. Apologies for my companion. But as for finding a way to the Feywild, you won't find anything here. Veritas, roll a persuasion check.
Alright.
Trying to get my knowledge straight. Virgil and Gosrakul was there, but they didn't tell us about what they learned from the carousel yet.
Correct.
Ah.
That has not come up yet.
Penny, please.
But I will say that you do have advantage because Bosch has been helping.
Okay.
Right. And while I would love to help you, I'm kind of busy right now, so if you...
We can discuss telepathically if you don't want to be heard.
That's not the issue. It's just that he kind of flips out his pocket watch. Time is a bit of a factor. I'm a little busy, kind of keeping track of everything going on, and will be until the carnival's over.
Well, if it helps, probably if you agree to help us, then guy I'll make a whistle noise. He'll probably stop disrupting things too.
All you did was whistle.
The
Kettle steam whistle.
I am aware, but Mr. Witch may be a little ignorant to Kenku.
the little guy who was heckling and stuff. He made your performers cry.
Made a performance. Oh, you mean that little?
He's probably really, putting things off your timetable.
Yeah. I do notice a tick every once in a while.
He wants to go there too. You could send him to Prismere and forget about him for 8 years.
Unfortunately, that would not be the end of my problems.
If it helps speed up your timetable, our specific interests lie hither, thither, and yon.
I don't think you know exactly what you're talking about. Because much like a normal carnival, things here are not as they seem all the time. Gotta keep a careful eye on things, and you aren't quite seeing it. At least not from our perspective. But give it some time, and maybe you'll see it.
I just don't understand.
I would like the three of you to roll an insight check.
All right.
I can't roll for shit today.
Bosch. Did he just wink? Well, if that's all you want to know, I'm afraid I can't help you.
Can Maritas have more cupcakes?
Yes, they do the eating competition every hour.
Sorry, He said this might change if we saw things from their perspective.
If we wait some time.
Wait some time. Okay.
I would say that there was a lot of talk about perspective and seeing things for what they are, and time.
Yeah. Okay.
And Bosch would take these to be hints.
Yes. Both Bosch and I are struggling to wrap our minds around this, but that's okay.
I guess we need to think about this.
Alright. But I can't let you go without proper compensation. How to do so? We don't really have coin. Here, let me see your tickets.
Veritas
Here we go.
reaches in his pocket and
I'm over.
gives you his ticket.
Alright, he kind of waves his hand over the tickets. You see the clock in his pocket watch kind of glow for a bit. And I would like everyone to roll a d8.
I hate my life.
All right.
Okay. Josh and Veritas, for the rest of the day, you can add a d4 to one ability check. Bosch, Bosch, you can add a d8.
Ooh, E4. Okay.
Yes, it's like guidance. It will be for the one roll you choose, and it is specifically an ability check.
All right.
Basically, little inspiration. All right.
Veritas need to go check on other friends.
I'm kind of concerned.
Veritas motions to walk towards back into the big top and head out the entrance.
Ooh, Mr. Light kind of speaks up. Ooh, Thaco. Huh? Oh, a reward for them as well. All right. What do you guys like? The big burly clown kind of talks to you, to all of you.
Veritas like cupcake.
Like cupcake? All right, give me a sec. And he'll pull out this seemingly like little rubber, like string almost looks like, put it up to his mouth, blow into it, and then fashion it up kind of in a whirlwind of movement, and you now have a cupcake balloon.
Yay!
Careful not to lose it. The rest of you?
Oh. We would like a Hydra.
Kind of glares at you, just like, Hydra. All right. And just kind of looking at you the whole time, just like, this son of a bitch. Blows up, but does form a nice Hydra balloon. There.
They take it, and all three smile.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And you?
You do, I don't know, a pony, or maybe a dog.
Well, which one? Pony or dog?
Dog pony.
I guess a pony. I said that one first.
All right.
I love Bosch.
Once again, takes out another one and just kind of blows up a little dog balloon animal.
He gives me a dog when I asked for a pony.
Turns out,
Which I'm totally fine with, by the way.
which I should mention, now that I think about it, they look the same. They would look the same.
It's real important. Yeah.
Although I guess
totally
the
get it.
dog would have ears. Because
These have ears.
they're not as they wouldn't be as
different
prevalent.
size.
They wouldn't be as prevalent on a balloon animal.
Depends on the dog.
Yes.
Droopy
Okay.
balloon ears.
This is a
This is super important.
yes.
So important. Sorry, he gives you a pony. He's grumpy, but he does he does fulfill his requests.
Thanks.
All right. Well, if that does it for all of you,
But we need to check in with the others. Sorry.
all right.
Veritas runs back into the big top.
Yes. Bosch, you do actually notice something a bit interesting. T is not with you.
Didn't follow us?
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, then you'll want to find where she went. That's alarming. But I was gonna ask if she was still a dragon, but she is not.
All right. You turn away, getting back onto the thoroughfare, and go searching for Tia.
Snap. You know what? You can talk to her.
I was wondering.
I walk a little bit before realizing, like,
Hey Tia, where'd you go?
You get a message back. I have to deal with something really quickly. Don't wait up. I'm all right.
Okay. If anything happens, let me know.
Of course. All right. Alrighty then. So as Gazrak, Kul, Vertosh, and Bosch exit out into the main thoroughfare, Virgil and Eve flying through the sky, heading towards their favorite bar, that is where we will end tonight's session.